Hi everyone. In the last class, we solved the problems on finding the transformation of the given region according to the given transformation. Okay. Now coming to this problem, under the mapping W is equal to I divided by Z minus I, we need to find the images of first one, images of the following regions. First one, imaginary part of Z is less than 0, and second one, mod Z is greater than 1. Now coming to the first solution or first given transformation, first solution, here given transformation, given that W is equals to I divided by Z minus I. By cross multiplication, or this can be written as Z minus I is equals to I divided by W. So this can be written as Z is equals to I by W plus I. That implies Z is equals to I plus IW divided by W. Here it is I of 1 plus W divided by W. That means we return the given transformation in terms of Z. That implies what we have, Z is equals to I into 1 plus W divided by W. But you know that W is equals to U plus IV. W is equals to U plus IV. This can be written as, here it is I into 1 plus U plus IV divided by W is equals to U plus IV. So you take the conjugate of U plus IV, that is U minus IV divided by U minus IV, which is equals to I into, it is 1 plus U plus IV into U minus IV divided by U plus IV into U minus IV, U square plus V square. So which can be written as Z is equals to I into multiplying with 1 plus U into U, this is U square, or U plus U square, U plus U square. Next 1 plus U into IV minus IV minus IUV. Next IV into U plus IUV. Right, plus into minus minus, I into I square is equals to minus 1, that minus into minus plus, here it is V square divided by U square plus V square. Yeah, IUV get cancelled. The rest of the terms we have Z is equals to, here if you are multiplying with I also, no problem. If you are multiplying with I, this term becomes an imaginary parts, or I into I square. I square, it is minus 1, this is minus is there, that minus into minus plus, here it is V divided by U square plus V square plus some I into U square plus V square plus U divided by U square plus V square. That means we have written Z in terms of U and V. Now coming to the first problem. Now coming to the very first problem, right? Given region is what? Imaginary part of Z is less than 0. Imaginary part of Z is less than 0 means you may draw the rough diagram. Here it is. This is the imaginary line, imaginary axis. Yes, when the imaginary axis becomes negative, it is in the third region as well as in the fourth region. We are going to find the region under the transformation region of this that is below the, that is off plane, right? The off plane, right, under the transformation I divided by Z minus I we need to find. So in this case imaginary part is what? This is our imaginary part in Z. So this is imaginary part is U square plus V square plus U divided by U square plus V square is less than 0. That implies U square plus V square plus U is less than 0. See, by cross multiplication, see U square plus V square plus U is less than 0, we get a rough idea, the image will be circle, right? The image will be circle. To, yes, if it is circle, try to identify, try to not trying, identify the radius as well as and center also, right? So this can be written as, now u square plus u is there. So I am writing 1 by 2 into 2u plus, it is 1 by 2 is there, or 2 into 1 by 2, whatever it may be. This is 2 into 1 by 2u plus 1 by 2 whole square, right? Both sides I am going to add 1 by 2 whole square here. Now plus v square is less than 1 by 2 whole square. I am adding 1 by 2 whole square on both sides. So it is the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square plus v square. This can be written as u plus 1 by 2 whole square plus v minus 0 whole square is less than 1 by 2. So this can 1 by 4, sorry. So here it is, which is a circle, which is circle center at minus 1 by 2 comma 0 and radius is r is equals to 1 by 2. I am going to draw the circle in the w plane with the center minus 1 by 2 comma 0 and radius 1 by 2. So just to see the rough diagram, here this is minus 1 by 2, that is on the left side on the real axis. If I am taking this is 1, it is minus 1 by 2, sorry, minus 1 with radius is 1 by 2. So it is, this is the image, which is minus 1 by 2 comma 0, radius is 1 by 2. Is it clear? The image of the in the z plane, the image of the off plane in the z plane is the circle with the radius 1 by 2 and center minus 1 by 2. Now coming to the second problem, same under the same transformation, I am going to concentrating on second problem, right. See, the second problem, what is given? Mod z is greater than 1. That implies the second one, mod z is greater than 1. That is modulus of z is greater than 1. Z we have. So mod z, it is nothing but what? Square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So which is this can be written as v square by u square plus v square whole square plus u square plus v square plus u no need to write, no need to use this one, direct we can take it. We have the z right, we have z is equals to since coming to second one is since mod z is greater than 1, since z is equals to I into 1 plus w divided by w, that implies mod z is equals to modulus of I into 1 plus w divided by w. Since given reason is mod z is greater than 1, that implies I into 1 plus w divided by w is greater than 1. That implies I into 1 plus w is greater than w. So I into 1 plus w, it is nothing but mod ab, mod a, mod b, mod I, it is nothing but 1. So it is mod 1 plus w or w plus 1 is greater than mod w. So this can be written as mod w plus 1, it is nothing but w minus of minus, or you may write it w minus of minus 1 comma 0 is greater than mod w. So which is equals to, which is a, let me center at minus 1 comma 0, then if you are expanding this, w plus 1 whole square, so w plus 1, not w plus 1, u plus 1 whole square, u plus 1 whole square plus v minus 0 whole square is greater than u square plus v square. So this can be written as u square plus 1 plus 2u plus v square is greater than u square plus v square. Both sides u square v square get cancelled. 1 plus 2u is greater than 1, greater than 0, that implies 2u is greater than minus 1, u is greater than minus 1 by 2. What is the image of mod z is greater than 1 and x square plus y square is greater than 1? That's the outside of the circle. I think mod z, the outside of the unit circle. What is the input image here? If mod z greater than 1 represents mod z 1 greater than 1, mod z it is nothing but, here this is the 1 is there. Mod z is equals to 1 represents, we know that mod z is equals to 1, which represents a unit circle, right? Mod z is greater than 1 outside of the unit circle. This is our region of integration. That means the complete plane, here it is, except unit circle. This is the image in the z plane, the region in the z plane. What is the corresponding image in the w plane? U is greater than minus 1 by 2. Yes, u is, here it is, if I am taking, this is the real axis u, here it is imaginary axis v. Yes, this is the line, u is equals to minus 1 by 2. What is the reason here? U is greater than, the values of u which are greater than minus 1 by 2. So this is the image under the mapping. This is the image. Is it clear? This is the image of the plane, the image of the jet plane. In the jet plane, just we excluding the unit circle, right? Is, that is a plane. Z is u is greater than minus 1 by 2. Next, coming to the next problem, second problem. Okay, given transformation, the second problem, w is equals to 1 plus I divided by z plus I. From this, by cross multiplication, z plus I is equals to 1 plus I divided by w. From this, z is equals to 1 plus I divided by w minus I, which is 1 plus I minus IW divided by w. So this can be written as z is equals to 1 plus 1 minus w into I divided by w. This is a z. Now what is given? What is the image? What we are going to find? The image of the region z minus I less than 2. Yes, given that z minus I less than 2. What is the meaning of z minus I less than 2? This is a circle, center at 1 comma 0 comma 1, sorry, I is there, 0 comma 1 with radius 2. So the image, the input image is, this is it is 0 comma 1, the radius is 2, right? Here it is 0 comma 3, here it is 0 comma minus 1. Here if I am taking, means you draw the circle, just imagine this is the input image. We are going to find the image of the circle, center at 0 comma 2, the radius is 2. So here it is, we are going to find the corresponding image of the circle under that mapping, right? Z minus I less than 2. So from this, what I am writing, z minus I is equals to, now modulus of z minus I is equals to, here it is modulus of z is what, 1 plus 1 minus wi divided by w minus I, which is equals to 1 plus 1 minus wi minus wi divided by w. So it is 1 plus 1, it is 2, 2 minus, which is, that implies mod z minus I is equals to 2 minus 2 wi divided by w. It is, since mod z minus I is less than 2, that implies 2 minus 2 wi divided by w is less than 2. That implies, here it is 2 minus 2 wi is less than 2 w. Sorry, here it is 1 plus I is there. Here I into 1, it is 1 plus I minus Wi minus Wi. So it is 1 plus I. Here also we have 1 plus I here. 1 plus I. So that implies we have 1 plus I into 1 minus 2W is less than 2 into mod W. Yes, by simplifying, by identifying the center, it becomes a circle in the LHS, right? Identifying the center, it becomes, this can be written as, directly I am writing here, 1 plus 2V whole square plus 1 minus 2U whole square. Yes, if you are expanding, if you are writing U minus U naught less than something, so is less than 2 into, here it is mod W. Mod W, it is nothing but U minus 0 whole square plus V minus 0 whole square, which is U square plus V square. So it becomes, on simplification, 2V whole square, that is 4V square, no? Sorry, it is by, it is, if I am writing, this is 4, it becomes 4, squaring on both sides, it is 4. Then only square root get cancelled. Actually we have like this, when we are removing the modulus, squaring on, you will get the square root. Squaring on both sides, the square root can be removed. Right, on simplification, 1 plus 2V whole square is nothing but 1 plus 4V square plus 4V 1 plus 4U square minus 4U is less than 4U square plus 4V square. Both sides 4U square, 4V square, 4U square, 4V square get cancelled. So we have 4U, 4V minus 4U, 4U plus 2 is less than 0. So this can be written as common and 2 and cancel it, or minus 2 also no problem. Right, 2V minus 2U plus 1 is less than 0, or this can be written as a negative, so it becomes greater than 2U minus 2V is greater than 1, or U divided by 1 by 2, U divided by 1 by 2 plus V divided by minus 1 by 2 is greater than 1. So it is a straight line, right? U divided by 1 by 2 plus V divided by minus 1 by 2 is greater than 1. That is U intercept. Instead of X intercept, Y intercept, we have U comma V. U intercept is 1 by 2, V intercept is minus 1 by 2. U is positive, V is negative. It is greater than 1 by 2. So first I am trying to draw the straight line here in the W plane. This is a line with intercepts. It is 0 comma minus 1 by 2. Here it is 1 by 2 comma 0, right? Okay, the distance of 1 unit. So it is greater than 1. If it is less than 1, we are taking this region, right? But it is greater than 1. So what is the image here? This is the image. The image of the circle, center is 0 comma 1. The image of the circle Z minus I is less than 2. Under the mapping W is equal to 1 plus I divided by Z plus I is the outside the straight line as 2U minus 2V is equals to 1, right? Now, yes, up to now we have discussed about the finding the images of the given region in the Z plane corresponding to the, according to the given transformation. Now is the time for defining the bilinear transformation or Mobius transformation. It is also called Mobius transformation or linear fractional transformation. Linear fractional transformation. Right, now coming to the definition of the bilinear transformation. As the transformation or mapping W is equals to F of Z is equals to AZ plus B divided by CZ plus B. The transformation which is defined by W is equals to F of Z is equals to AZ plus B divided by CZ plus B, where A comma B comma C comma D are real or complex, right? Belongs to C. I am taking, they are the complex numbers A comma B comma C D. The constants A B C D are real or complex numbers. So not does not belongs to, it is belongs to. Yes, they are the complex numbers. Then such transformation is called bilinear transformation. Simple definition for the bilinear transformation: W is equal to f of z az plus b divided by cz plus b, where a comma b comma c comma d are complex numbers. Such type of transformation is called bilinear transformation. Now I am trying to prove bilinear transformation or Mobius transformation or linear fractional transformation. Now I am trying to explain bilinear transformation is conformal. Bilinear transformation is conformal. Yes, you know the definition of the conformal mapping. Just you take the z plane and w plane, and you take the point P x naught comma y naught in the z plane, the corresponding point P dash x u naught comma y naught in the w plane. If the two curves C1 comma C2 are intersecting at P, corresponding the curve C1 dash and C2 dash intersecting at P dash at u naught comma v naught, right? The angle between C1 and C2 is same as the angle between C1 dash and C2 dash in the same sense and magnitude. Such transformation is called, such mapping is called conformal mapping. That is a formal definition. Next, by using the analytic function or conformal mapping theorem, so it represents if f of z is an analytic function in the certain domain D in the z plane and f dash of z is not equals to 0, then whatever the transformation we have, that such f of z, that is conformal. Here it is. Now I am going to prove. Here it is one more condition I am writing here. AD minus BC is compulsory not equals to 0, right? F of W is equal to f of z az plus b divided by cz plus b, and AD minus BC is not equals to 0, then the transformation is called bilinear transformation. Here now I am going to tell about the bilinear transformation is conformal. How the bilinear transformation is conformal, right? Given, since bilinear transformation f of z is equal to, you know that is az plus b divided by cz plus d, right? I am going to find the derivative of f of z to apply the conformal mapping theorem, right? F dash of z is equals to 1 by v square, that is cz plus d whole square of cz plus d into denominator into numerator derivative with respect to z. Az plus b derivative is a minus az plus b into the derivative of cz plus d is c plus 0, that is c, so which is equals to 1 by cz plus d whole square into acz plus ad minus acz minus bc. acz get cancelled. We have f dash of z is equals to ad minus bc divided by cz plus d whole square. Yes, if in the bilinear transformation we have the condition ad minus bc is not equals to 0. If ad minus bc not equals to 0, f dash of z is not equals to 0 for every z. F dash of z is not equals to 0 by conformal mapping theorem. It is, the transformation is conformal. Yes, whatever the a comma b comma c comma d we are taking, and we write the transformation w is equal to f of z is equal to az plus b divided by cz plus d, and f dash of z is not equal to 0 if ad minus bc is not equal to 0. So the bilinear transformation is, we clearly say that it is, the bilinear transformation is conformal. Suppose if we have ad minus bc is equals to 0, if ad minus bc is equals to 0, so yes, in this case f dash of z is equals to 0. If f dash of z is equals to 0, then every point is a stationary point in this case, or critical point. Yes, is in such case the bilinear transformation is not conformal, right? How we can get the stationary points? You know that f dash of z is equal to 0, or without finding the derivative also, just you find the stationary points of the bilinear transformation is given like this. Some az plus b divided by cz plus d. Just you find ad plus ad minus bc. If it is equals to 0, yes, every point is the stationary point or critical point. Now this is the definition, and bilinear transformation is conformal. Since w is equals to f of z is equals to az plus b divided by cz plus d, here ad minus bc not equals to 0, a comma b comma c comma d belongs to complex numbers. Okay, this is the bilinear transformation. For the choice of A comma B comma C, I am writing such some transformations. In the previous class we discussed it. Right, first I am writing W is equals to some AZ. W is equals to some AZ, or second one W is equals to Z plus B, and third one W is equals to AZ plus B. W is equals to AZ plus B, and fourth one W is equals to 1 by Z. When you get the W is equals to AZ, if I am going to take B is equals to 0, C is equals to 0, D is equals to 1. Some the special values of A comma B comma C, we have the transformations like this. W is equals to AZ. So we can get for such values of B, C, D. So this is nothing but this is the transformation about this is the rotation transformation. This is the transformation, that means rotation transformation also bilinear. Next, W is equals to Z plus B. When we get a Z plus B, A is equals to 1, B is any B, C is equals to 0, D is equals to 1. So in this case, W is equals to Z plus B. See, this transformation is the translation. Next, W is equals to AZ plus B. That is, C is equals to 0. This will get for taking C is equals to 0, D is equals to 1. This is a linear transformation. This transformation is the linear transformation. Next, W is equals to 1 by Z. When we get a W is equals to 1 by Z, by taking A is equals to 0, B is equals to 1, C is equals to 1, D is equals to 0. This is the inverse transformation. Is it clear? This is the inverse transformation. By taking the different values of A comma B comma C comma D, the bilinear transformation is transformed to, in this case, rotation transformation, a translation, a linear, inverse. In each transformation, if you observe these four transformations, they are also bilinear transformation. From that we have these four transformations. Yes. Next. Right, there is one correspondence between all points in two planes, right? Here it is Z plane, here it is W plane. The transformation is W is equals to F of Z, which is bilinear transformation. As according to the statement, there is one correspondence between all the points in two planes, not points, two planes. 1-to-1 correspondence. Right, here it is. Suppose we have the bilinear transformation, W is equals to AZ plus B divided by CZ plus D. Now I am writing CZ plus D into W is equals to AZ plus B. That implies CWZ plus DW is equals to AZ plus B. That implies you can take this term to the right side, or you take this term to the left side. Z into CW minus A. CW minus A is equals to minus DW plus B. That implies Z is equals to minus DW plus B divided by CW minus A. Here also AD minus BC is not equals to 0. Here it is AD minus D into minus A. Minus D into minus A, that is minus into minus plus AD minus BC. Here it is AD minus BC is not equal to 0. When we have the transformation some AX plus AZ plus B divided by CZ plus D with AD minus BC is not equal to 0, such transformation is called bilinear transformation. Here it is Z is equals to, it is an inverse transformation, right? And inverse transformation also bilinear transformation. So that's why here there is one correspondence between all the points in the two planes, Z plane and W plane. Okay, one transformation is given, W is equal to AZ plus B divided by CZ plus D. Then find which of the following is the inverse transformation of the given bilinear transformation, which is given by minus DW plus B divided by CW minus A. It is the inverse transformation. Next definition. These are the points, important points. Yes, fixed points are invariant points of the bilinear transformation. Fixed points are invariant points of the bilinear transformation. Suppose W is equals to AZ plus B divided by CZ plus D is a given bilinear transformation, right? The definition of the invariant points is, for the mapping W is equals to f of z, the points that are mapped onto themselves. That means if I am taking 1 plus 2i in the z plane, same the image of 1 plus 2i also 1 plus 2i. The point is self mapping, right? Yes, a point under the mapping W is equals to f of z or W is equals to f of z, the points mapped themselves, such points are called invariant points or fixed points of the transformation, whatever the transformation is given. So how we are going to find the invariant points? Simple, right? Yes, we have the transformation, bilinear transformation, W is equals to AZ plus B divided by CZ plus D, no? Yes, from the definition of the invariant points, the point is mapped to the itself. So Z becomes what? Obviously W. Yes, W is equals to Z. If I am taking Z is equals to A plus IB, what is the image of A plus IB? Here it is A plus IB. So that is W is equals to A plus IB. So W is same as Z. So if we write Z is equals to AZ plus B divided by CZ plus D. By cross multiplication, Z into CZ plus D is equals to AZ plus B. So if we write CZ square plus DZ minus AZ minus B is equals to 0. If you write CZ square plus or minus A minus D into Z minus B is equals to 0, which is a quadratic equation. If you solve this quadratic equation, you will get the invariant points or fixed points, right? You know that the formula, what is the formula for finding the roots of the quadratic equation? Minus B. So it is Z is equals to minus B, that is minus of minus, that is plus A minus D plus or minus square root of B square minus 4AC, that is A minus D whole square minus 4 into C into minus B, that is 4BC. 4BC divided by 2C. Yes, from this you will get two Z values, they are Z1 and Z2. These two Z1 comma Z2 are called fixed points of the bilinear transformation W is equals to f of Z. The definition of the fixed points is what? Is under the mapping W is equals to f of Z, the points in the Z plane is mapped to themselves. Such transformation is called, such points are called as fixed points. So according to this, not all the points, some points, when under the transformation, what are the points are associated to the same. How we can find that one? By taking W is equal to Z, like that you will get the 2 points in this case. Next. Okay, next point. To find the bilinear transformation whose fixed points alpha, comma, beta is given. By using the given fixed points, we are going to find the transformation, required transformation. But you know that fixed points are the roots of the quadratic equation, no? So since the alpha, comma, beta are the roots of the quadratic equation, so our roots, we can write the quadratic equation is Z square minus alpha plus beta into Z plus alpha beta. If x1 comma x2 are the roots, you know that this is a Z square minus x1 plus x2 into Z plus alpha beta, x1 x2 is equal to 0. For any complex number, we are going to find, we need to find the bilinear transformation corresponding to some gamma, some delta, whatever it may be. For any complex number gamma, I am going to take Z square plus alpha plus beta into Z plus gamma Z minus gamma Z plus alpha beta is equals to 0. I am adding gamma Z and subtracting with gamma Z. So in this case I am going to common Z here, Z plus gamma is equals to gamma z minus alpha beta. So this can be written as z is equals to, we can write it gamma z minus alpha beta divided by z plus alpha plus beta z plus gamma. But it is a fixed point. How we, the definition of the fixed point is what? The point is in the z plane is mapped to the itself. So z is replaced by what? W. W, since W is equal to z, so W is equals to gamma z minus alpha beta divided by z plus alpha plus beta into z plus gamma. This is the transformation when alpha comma beta is given. Yes, gamma is, you can choose it. Gamma is arbitrary. From that you will get the transformation. You can take any value of gamma. Okay. When two fixed points are given, we can find the required bilinear transformation, which is given by W is equals to gamma z minus alpha beta divided by z plus alpha plus beta into z plus gamma. If I am taking gamma is equal to 0 minus alpha beta divided by z plus alpha plus beta into z. Okay, next. Not alpha plus beta into z. Sorry. Here it is, if you common z, we don't get z here. You're right. Okay. Right. Last concept, then we go for the problems. Now this is theorem is very important, proof is not needed. If you take the transformation W is equals to f of z, which maps three distinct points, this is a z plane. I am going to take the 3 points z1, here it is z2, here it is z3, to the three distinct points in the W plane, that is w1, w2, it is w3. Okay, the transformation W is equal to f of z, which maps three distinct points z1 comma z2 comma z3 in the z plane onto the three distinct points w1 comma w2 comma w3 in the W plane is unique. Uniquely there is a correspondence, and such transformation is given by this formula: w minus w1 into w2 minus w3 divided by w minus w3 into w2 minus w1 equals to z minus z1 into z2 minus z3 divided by z minus z3 into z2 minus z1. Yes, from this, if you are substituting z1, z2, z3, w1, w2, w3 in this formula, you will get the transformation or bilinear transformation which is in the form of W is equals to f of z is equals to az plus b divided by cz plus d, right? When that means correspond the z1, z2, z3, w1, w2, w3, it is given in the problem. We can find the required bilinear transformation by using this formula. Here it is, we are going to remember one note here. If one of the point is infinity, there is a possibility one point is associated to infinity. If I am taking w is equals to 1 by z, as in this, for example, w is equals to 1 by z. If I am taking z is equals to 0 in the z plane, yes, from this transformation w is equals to 1 by 0, which is tending to infinity. That means here it is, 0 is associated to what? What is the zero image of 0? It is infinity. There is a possibility like this, right? Suppose if we have the 0 in this case, 0 it is there. From this, z is equals to what I am writing here, z is equals to 1 by w. Yes, what is the pre-image of 0? Yes, the pre-image of 0 is infinity. Either z may be infinity or w may be infinity. If we have the infinity numbers like this, how we are going to take, right? That can be understood by this note. If one of the point is infinity, either in the z plane or in the w plane, then the ratio of two differences containing this point is replaced by 1. This is very important. Suppose if we have z1 is equals to infinity, z1 is equals to infinity. So here obviously we are going to substitute z1 is equals to infinity on the right side. So in this case z1 is equals to infinity. So I don't want to write the z1 is equals to infinity. I am going to consider z2 we have, z3 we have. You will get the constant here. Z minus z3 you have this. There is no problem for z2 minus z3 and z minus z3. We should concentrating on this part and this part, right? So I am taking, as it is, I am taking z minus infinity divided by Here z2 minus infinity. Are you following? So this ratio considered to be what? 1 when one of the point is infinity. If z1 is equals to infinity like this. If z2 is equals to infinity. If z2 is equals to infinity is nothing but infinity minus z3, infinity minus z1. So this ratio is considered to be 1. If z3 is equals to infinity, so which ratio you are going to consider 1? z2 minus z3 divided by z minus z3, that ratio is considered to be 1. That is a note here. If one of the point is infinity, then the ratio of two differences containing this point is replaced by 1. Right? This is the statement to find when three distinct points are associated to three distinct points in the W plane. By using this formula, we can find the required bilinear transformation. Next class, we go for the problems on the bilinear transformation. Thank you.